March 18th, 1974. Today is my 51st birthday, and boy do I have a story for you as a woman celebrating it. You see, not only is it my birthday, but yours as well, and no, I am not sharing it with you, just kidding. But I think with the story I am about to tell you will appreciate your birthday even more, and I think you will laugh a lot. I recently gained insight as to how we all came about in this life. And no, I don't know everything, I wish I did. So I am sharing my very personal experience with you, and how I think and believe I got here. It all started with picking out my dad, Jerry Furman, whom is a very nice, kind-hearted, old-fashioned, well-behaved, church kind of man. He is a kind of a real man that knows how to treat his wife and kids with respect, the right kind of love, and a wonderful provider. Okay, so getting back to picking out my dad, I recently was shown a vision. I saw myself as a 5-year-old or so. I was in a bar, where you ask? I have no idea where. I was wearing a white top, I think, and light pink shorts. My hair color was dirty blonde medium lengths. In this bar I saw a bartender. I know I shouldn't be in there. I don't know how I got there, I swear. Anyway, and there was my dad in his tan army outfit, sitting there at the bar drinking whiskey, which is a no-no by the way. Anyway, in a medium glass was 3 perfectly positioned in the glass. He had some army buddies with him. He was smoking cigarettes too. This is another no-no. Oh boy, what a hypocrite I am. But hey, I was 5 years old, now I am 51. I swear to you, this is a very true story. It's amazing what is in our brains. I was picking my father out. I saw my tiny right arm extend out, pointing at him. I was like, voila, this is truly amazing. Maybe it was God showing me something. I didn't see my mom at all. This is our home in Findlay, Ohio. I saw myself as a 1.5-year-old trying to walk for the very first time in Findlay, Ohio. I pulled myself up onto their glass table in the home I was born into. My mom said, "Oh look, Jerry, she is trying to walk, get the camera." My mom had a light pink or peach outfit on. Her hair was jet black bob style, and she was smiling. She was so beautiful. That was Dad's picking, and boy did he do a good job. My dad extended out his arms, kneeling to me and saying, "Yeah, come on, you can do it, come on," in a very sweet, kind-hearted voice. I was smiling and laughing, like, yeah, I got this. That was very cool to see. My parents got along very well. I saw all this and was like, wow, so cool. We were getting ready to move to our new home, Bowling Green, Ohio. Actual photo of our home. I went with them when we got into the kitchen. It was like around 7 p.m. They were talking to the realtor. Well, the workers didn't pick up after themselves, and I stepped right on a board that had a nail in it. Ouch, boy, did that hurt a lot. I cried and cried. It went straight through my blue sneaker on my right foot. Mom picked me up and placed me on the brand new kitchen counter. The stove wasn't there yet. In the picture is where I was placed at. The realtor felt awful. He said they should have cleaned up before we got there. My dad removed the board with the nail and then my shoe. Mom kissed my foot. They were debating on whether to take me to the hospital. Dad said the nail wasn't rusty and that I had my tetanus shot and that I should be okay. Which I was no need for stitches, and I slept the rest way back to our old home. Moving day, I had a childhood friend. His name was Jay. He was the only one I knew, and that day I asked my parents if we could go see him. We showed up at their house. The house in the picture is his. Jay and his mom were outside. I got out of the car and gave him a hug. I then asked my mom if Jay could come with us to live at our brand new home. My mom and his mom laughed. She said his parents would miss him too much. I said, well, they can come and live with us too. Again, they laughed and my mom said, I tell you what, maybe Jay can come and visit you sometime. I said okay, but he never did. I loved our new home. It was very nice. I was in my brand new pale yellow colored room. Oh my gosh, it was filled with toys and books. I had to keep a lot of my stuff in the basement. I had gotten so many toys from birthdays and Christmases from mostly family members. We were driving back home from church and my dad saw a free kitten sign. He said, Tara, do you want a kitten? I was shocked. I said, a kitten? Yes, I want a kitten. He told my mom to take me up to the lady's house to pick it out, that he would stay in the car and wait for us. Mom and I walked up into the lady's garage. There were quite a few of kittens to choose from. The kittens in the garage were bouncing all around except for Sue the gray one. Sue caught my eye. I went over to her and said, I want this one. My mom asked the lady if there was anything wrong with the gray kitten. She said no, it was a runt that the mom was pushing it away. Sue was the best first-time pet to have. I made tons of friends in Bowling Green, Ohio. I got my first pet, a gray kitten. I named her Sue. That name popped in my head. She had to stay outside, and she never scratched me. It was Christmas time, the first for Sue and I. I remember my parents taking me to go see Santa Claus in my heavy heart to move around in navy blue snowsuit at Sears hardware store, not in the mall. I wasn't scared of him at all. I sat on his lap. He asked me what I wanted. I had no idea what to tell him. He said, how about a nice baby doll? I said okay. They took our picture and I got a small candy cane. No real images, sorry mom hasn't. I remember looking up in the chimney. He is real, by the way. My mom said, oh look Jerry, she is looking for Santa. Hurry up and grab the camera. I asked my mom later on if Sue, our cat, could come inside because it was so cold outside. My mom caved in and said okay. It is snowing and it is cold. I didn't care about any of the presents under the tree. There is the picture of me holding Sue near our Christmas tree, and I was so happy to have her there with me. Sue only lived, I think, a year and a half. She died of a stomach tumor. I was a little upset and sad. I thought, doesn't God have enough pets? I swear that is what I was thinking. But then I thought, okay, he can have her. I didn't really understand this at that time and moment. Mom said Sue was in heaven playing with God, having a great time. One day I would see her again. I accepted that answer. Next came Lassie. She came to me in a very special way. My mom was doing the household chores. Dad was at work and she told me to go outside and play with my friends. I had 4 really good friends I would play with on our street. I got on my Hot Wheels small trike and headed down the street. My friends were coming towards me. We then heard the ice cream truck. He was turning down our street. All of them were pointing to his truck, so I turned my trike around and I got there first to him. He had a tie-dye shirt on, light blue jeans. He had his long wavy glistening in the sun brown, blonde and copper tones hair pulled back. I went up to him, not knowing he needed money for ice cream. He said, hi there. Hey, do you want a puppy? I said, a puppy, in excitement. Yeah, I want a puppy. Then I thought about it. Oops, there is a parent I have to ask. I said I have to ask my mom first. He said, okay, go ask your mom. I said we live right there. We were about 3 houses away from mine. I said don't go anywhere. He chuckled a little and said I am not going anywhere. I have all of them to take care of, meaning my friends that were almost there. I said okay, I will be right back. I pedaled as fast as I could, went running in the house, yelling for my mom. I said, Mom, hurry, come quick, we are going to get a puppy. She said, what? What are you talking about? I said, come on and I will show you. She said, okay, hold on, I have to get my shoes on. I said, okay, but hurry. She said, okay. When she got to the ice cream truck, she said, what is this about you giving my daughter a puppy? He said, I have this puppy. He handed it to her. Then she handed it to me. All my friends were like, oh, she was so precious and sweet. He said him and his girlfriend, her dog, had puppies with the man she was living with, which was her boyfriend at the time. They had broken up. She moved in with him. He can't keep all of the puppies because of the landlord. He said she told her ex-boyfriend to bring over her dog with the puppies. Well, he did, but he took out his anger on her dog and the puppies. He left them on their doorstep, and he said he was able to save her and her mom and a few other of the puppies, but some did die. We all were heartbroken and said, whoa. He is so mean, someone said, and we all said yeah. When my mom heard that was it. She just had to take her. But she told him she had to ask my father first. He said, do not sell the puppy or give it away. Give it back to him if it didn't work out. That this was his territory and he would be back in the neighborhood. My mom said, well, it looks like you got yourself a puppy, but we have to ask your dad first. I didn't care about that ice cream at all. All I cared about was that puppy. My friends were eating their ice cream and followed us home. My mom said, well, we have to go and get her food, bedding and toys. My friends left and we went to Kroger to go and get her what she needed. When we got back, of course, all I did was play with that puppy. I choose Lassie, well, of course, because of the TV show Lassie. My all-time favorite to watch right up there was Casper, Wonder Woman, whom I so wanted to be like. That was my chosen occupation, right next to a veterinarian. Oh, and of course Romper Room. That lady would make me so mad, and I hated my name because of her. She would say everyone's name except for mine, you know, in her looking glass mirror. I see Bobby and Mary and oh, there is Katie, and if I didn't mention you, well, I see you too. Dang it! I stopped watching after about the 4th time of watching her. I also loved and who doesn't Sesame Street and Electric Company. Okay, enough about my life, and those truly were the best memories of my life from the time I was conceived to the age of 7. Then it all just got worse. Long story short, Lassie ended up being killed by some neighbors that fed her antifreeze and stuck things up her rectum. All because of their dad being taken away from them because he came onto our property. At first we were having fun. Then he grabbed me, placed me on the ground, held me down, straddled me being on top of me, and had the hose full force in my mouth. On our own property, not theirs. I don't know what my dad did, but it resulted in that man's wife kicking him out and them getting separated and divorced. So his teenage kids decided to seek revenge. This is a real image of where I grew up in that house. The only good things are I got a baby brother and a sister. Holidays were always amazing with my family. I went to an all-girls Catholic parochial school. I loved my teachers and friends. They were the best ever. We had an amazing class of 1992. Then I got married to an abusive man and I got divorced from. Thank God Jesus intervened and allowed the divorce to take place. I had a miscarriage. He wanted the baby gone. I named my son Matthew Ronald Furman. I know I had a son. He was perfect, nothing wrong with him at all. I must have been 3 months along. It was a result of a car accident. That ex-boyfriend was involved with an ex-best friend. You just have to believe in life after death. He didn't want to be a father again. He had another one from a previous relationship. And he wasn't very good at being a father to him either. Looking back at my life now at the age of 51, sure there is a lot of things I wish I could change. I wish I would have put up a huge fight about moving to Cincinnati. How was I to know I was going to have a lot of bad things happen? My parents, they are still together, thank God. They got married in 1972. Then 2 years later there is me. Then my brother 9 years later. Then my sister 15 months after that. They are a true blessing to me. I didn't want to be alone in this world. Hey, this is funny, and like I said, the mind is a powerful thing. It remembers, and whether we tap into those memories if we can, it is pretty amazing and interesting. I remember those sperms saying, hey, the egg is over there. I would go swimming to it and nope, or it was already occupied. Oh, and the tail spins. They would grab you by the tail, spin you around. I bet that is where spin the tail on the donkey comes from. Talk about getting lost. The lovely roller coaster ride. Oh yes, that is fun until you get all wrong directions in the lovely amusement park called Uterus. Get lost, run out of energy and die. Yummy! I guess that is why I decided enough of this. I'm going to the big guy upstairs. No, not my dad's brain, but Christ. Like I said, I went straight to him and told him my dilemma. He showed me picking out my dad. I swear to you, all of this is very accurate and true. Go to a therapist, have them hypnotize you, and maybe you will remember all of this too. So today is my birthday. Heck, every day is a brand new day birthday, isn't it? So every day you can have cake to celebrate it. Not just for your birthday, or others, or even New Year's, but every day. Think about it every day, say happy birthday, new day, let's celebrate it. What should we do today? Well, I have to go to work, but afterwards we will celebrate by having my favorite meal. Then relax and unwind and do it all over again, just like being stuck on that roller coaster ride. So excited, then whomp, you get tired and you think you have died. Nope, you got another chance and opportunity to try another way to survive in this world. What I don't like about our world is that it is all about money. Man, what the world would be like if everything was free. Build homes for free the way birds do. You can learn a lot from animals and how they do things without money and dealing with the courts. If we could combine what they can do for free and be civilized to each other and respect each other, the world would be an amazing place to live in. Just like the Our Father's prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. Say that again, on earth as it is in heaven, amen. So I celebrate my 51st birthday with all of you. I will try to put some real photos of my life on here, but my mom has most of them. She treasures those old photos. She is the only one that has them. Until next time, God bless you, your family, friends, and pets. I hope you subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot. If not, that is okay too. Thank you for taking time to listen to my story. I hope I made you laugh. God bless all of you YouTube family.